What up? What up?
Hey!
We are back. Act number 3.
Salutations.
Been
Hello,
a long
hello,
time,
hello.
guys. Been a long time. Now we're jumping into act number 3 here.
Last time
Let's
on
roll.
Silver Screen Breakdowns.
Charlie and Wesley have been fired. Charlie is going downhill. The only way that he can get this money back to pay Mr. Brown after being robbed is by doing some robbing himself. So the heist has begun. For the money train, Charlie's already set up his escape route. He's hit it with the bolt cutters, and now he's going underneath the money train to kick everything off. And I got a cool clip here. I know I always thought that this was like one of the coolest like clips in the movie. And it's when Wesley Snipes is going through the subway with the motorcycle. And
Yeah, that was cool.
I'm assuming this is a stuntman, but you think do you think they did this in the New York like subway? Or did did certain parts you think happen in a studio or something?
No, it looks like the way they cut it looked like it was really there.
Yeah. I thought it could always be some movie magic, but let's check it out. Definitely got some like Terminator 2 vibes, you know, with the jumping on right before the train did there and everything. And yeah, I'm sure that was a stuntman, not Wesley Snipes. Those background artists there, that's what I'm going to start calling them, because that's what they should be called, right? Background artists instead of extras. Are any of those stunt people, or
is that what the extras are campaigning for now these days?
I think just certain actors want to. Yeah, I think just
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, is that what they prefer to be referred to as now?
You know? I think that's
the first time I heard it from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like it. It sounds good.
Billy goes, come on, you know it, Bogey. I'm like, I don't know it. You don't either.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you know what? Is that
so
a
what you call it?
term?
Background stunt
background artist.
Background artist. Yeah, yeah. It makes it. You know, this is more. Before it was extras, then background, and now it's like background artist. That works.
Yeah, it sounds nicer.
It sounds a lot nicer, but you still eat the slop at lunchtime, though. I remember one time I was like, extras over there. You eat this like it was like hamburger helper.
Oh man, you get paid $50 a day.
Background artist.
When I first got into working on films, I did extra work for a few months before I got an agent and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember that one time. It was because if there's a lot of extras, they treat you like little cattle. I worked on this TV show with Carrie Fisher. She was off Matrix. Not Carrie Fisher, sorry. Carrie, what's her name? Carrie Ann Moss? Yeah, Carrie Ann Moss.
There you go.
From Matrix. She was some TV show. I got a part doing extra work. And she was actually cool, but there was a
Is she the one that plays Trinity?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I'm
she's kind of
hanging out
in it like a Matrix-y way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's cool. And she's cool too. And she's we were talking and stuff, me and this other extra, and she was like the main chick, her and the other two leads. So this is way before the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
And then because I think the Matrix was shot in LA, right? Wasn't it?
I think so.
Not because she's from Canada.
For sure, part 2 was shot in Oakland, actually. Like all the freeway scenes, that's all the 101.
Oh, 2. Yeah, I know 2 was shot in LA for sure.
Yeah. Oh, 2 and 3. They shot it together.
And 3, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where 1 was shot though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good. I mean,
I think it was shot in LA. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it don't look like New York. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
Or Chicago or Toronto. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just remember, but on that day eating lunch, it was just like, yeah, you guys gotta eat that stuff. I was like, all right. I gotta get an agent, become an actor.
Gotta get the craft services.
Like,
the good food and get it handed to you.
Oh, have you know I'm a background artist.
So,
but yeah,
right before.
So are those guys stunned? Like, see, the bike came close to a couple of those guys.
I did it again, didn't I? Just by asking one question? Is that what they call them? 5-minute tangent.
So yeah, I know, right? So
I did it
the
again.
bike comes close to those guys, so they could have been stunt people that were close.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they would be. And they're also the bike is going a little slower, then they probably sped up the film a little bit.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
I remember in Fugitive, Wesley Snipes was very adamant about doing his own. Was it Fugitive? Which one was the one where he with him and
Let's see.
I know the first was there multiple Fugitives? Because I know I might be confusing them.
No, there's an old one, black and white, but then there's the
one with Tommy Lee and Indiana Jones. What's his name?
Yeah, you're thinking about U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshal there because it's the same guy. It's Tommy Lee,
Oh,
right?
it's
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
Tommy Lee
it's,
playing the same character, but only this time he's after Wesley Snipes. But yeah,
what's his name? Harrelson? No.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. No,
Ford. Yeah, Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, Harrison
That was gonna
Ford.
kill me.
Man, what's wild about this part in the heist, how Woody knew exactly like how to play this because he did it perfect. Like he got on the part of the tracks, like right where it was gonna stop, and had the blowtorch there so he could hit the so he could open the little the under the just the panel underneath the whole train. And the only person that was on there was the driver, and the driver is not like an armed security guard. So they turned on the shit and then he threw him off and then he hijacked the money train. And just like that,
yeah,
I mean,
it
seems like it's going to be a successful heist.
He's like, dude, I'm doing this. He's like, what?
He's hella pumped because everything is going to plan. And he knows where he needs to like stop the whole train because he's got the escape route. And then next thing you see is him going and checking for like the 3 biggest bags. The biggest bag that he found had over 500 grand in it. And he took 3 bags. So probably got.
Yeah, what were they supposed to have? About 4 million on this?
Well,
yeah,
they said
they received 3 million.
They said they were pulling like 3 to 4 million a day.
Oh, a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the 4 million figure, but I didn't hear the 300,000 figure. How'd you come up with that, Alex?
It just showed it when he was going and looking through the bags. So it's like the first one he gets like 100 and something.
Oh,
then he looks up one, it's like 2 something, and then 3 something, and then 500 and something. So it had
that's the one thing too.
Oh, that's what those numbers were. I didn't understand. I thought it was more.
When
I
was watching,
they're marking those. I mean, this is a legit cash drop. If the like all this money is going into the safe, and someone needs to count it, and then it's going into these fucking bags, and then it's gonna be dropped off in a bank or wherever the fuck.
It's crazy too, because when I was watching this thing, I was thinking like the logistics of that part, right? Like, yo, what's he gonna do when he gets to the money? Like, how's he gonna carry all the money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. I thought about that too. I thought, man, this is what I would do. I would just like not take so many bags. Like, even if you got like 900,000, that'd be cool.
He took 3 bags, is what you see it. When he finally stops it, that's when he starts looking through it. He finds like I'm assuming 3 of the biggest bags, probably around.
You gotta be quick too as fuck, because you know what I'm saying, how adamant this motherfucker is about Patterson or whatever his name is about his train being late. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so he left the train, like he stopped it, grabbed the 3 bags. He's going up the ladder, opens the latch of the where he cut it with the bolt cutters a little bit earlier, and then he sees 3 police officers chilling on their horses, drinking
like
whiskey or something.
Because you kind of wanted to get away.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, damn, come on, be quiet.
Step
to the back of the house, looked in, and all the.
Well, he knows that time's being wasted now. He needed to be gone. Like he needed to already be gone, and now he's just pissed. He's like throwing the money. Fuck. Like,
and they didn't hear him though.
Well, he's in the middle of the subway train, like underground somewhere. At this point. So
you would assume outside there's the hum of the city. You know what I mean? So. And then the cops are conversating, sitting, having their little drink, whatever it is. So they probably didn't hear him.
Yeah, and,
I mean, he was in the cart, right, when he was yelling.
No,
he's in the subway. Oh, my bad.
I mean, but he's still multiple, stories below the ground, and just all that. So who the fuck knows?
Well, I thought he just lifted up the thing. He peeked, he saw the cops on the horses.
Yeah,
and he just jumped back down. So I thought he's kind of close. So if he's yelling like that, it's a little close, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't
I
know.
mean, who knows? They might, who knows how close they actually
If
were.
only he like just stuck a gun out and just poof, and then put, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
horses just take off. You gotta think quick, man.
Yeah, he should have done something like that. And but he goes back on the cart now. They're in the train, and as soon as he's about to go up to the controls, Wesley comes in there. And hey, what up, Tino? Tino's
What
in
up,
the house.
Tino?
Tino.
And so then they see the flashlights and everything coming down, the subway tracks, and he's like, "All right, well, here's a chance to turn me in." And he was like, "Or you could just get this thing moving." And they get the thing moving. So Wesley still doesn't want him to go down. He doesn't want him to like rob the money train, but he doesn't want to see him in jail either.
Yeah, exactly. So he's torn between what do you call it?
He's a rock in a hard place.
Moral
Dilemma. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
dilemma. There's no other word for it. But.
Yeah, it's a
moral dilemma. That's for sure, right? A moral dilemma.
between a rock and a hard place, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
He's back
Tino's
into a corner.
Tino's got to hit it for Dakota Rain. We'll allow it for Tino.
Hey, Tito, hey, he's drinking up.
And so now they're taking off. I mean, they got this thing up to speed, and like now they're trying to think ahead, and they're like, "Hey, what are they gonna do? Like, what's the next thing he's gonna do?" And he's like, "Okay, well, I guess they're gonna try to trip the brakes, so we got to bleed the brakes." And he's like, "Oh, but if we bleed the brakes, they can't stop us." He's like, "Yeah, but if we bleed the brakes, then we can't stop ourselves either." So another rock in a hard place right there. And
if you don't bleed the legs, we ended up in D block or something.
yeah, it's like what
Just bleed the brakes.
Yeah, we end up the Butt Brothers on the D block.
Yeah, the D block. That's on Rikers, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bleed the brake.
Bleed
Yeah,
the brake.
exactly. And then they had to. I mean, they pushed it to top speed, and they end up. They put the little barricade or whatever there, and they just like. I don't know. They run right over that little barricade.
Yeah.
That thing did
Annihilate
nothing.
that shit. That shit ain't popping shit.
That was no barricade, man. That was paper mache.
Yeah, they did not. That did not do shit. It didn't look like it was going to do anything either. I'm sure that most of the time it'll slow down the train if it's going like, I don't know, not full speed like this one's going. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, now they feel like they're a little bit in control. But that Patterson asshole, he just reminds everyone the money train has not been stolen. It is still in our possession. It is still in our subway. And soon it'll be in our control. And one of the guys who's being sensible right now, he wants to clear the track to get the other trains out of the way of the money train. And Patterson says no. When they see those other trains, they'll stop. But they didn't know that they couldn't stop even if they wanted to. And Woody says that we can't even stop this thing even if we wanted to. So it's pretty crazy that someone of authority, would put so many people at risk.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
I mean, well, that's their out. Spoiler alert for old Patterson.
Yep. Now they did put up a barricade though, Nelly. You remember the barricade that they put up? I guess the one that was already there.
Yeah, it has to be removed.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's one that busted through it, like no problem.
Well, the other one, this one has to be removed apparently, right? Or you could crash into it and then it'll derail the train.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and they remove it when they know the money train is coming. You know what I mean?
Well, no, they didn't remove this one. So there's a whole.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's then they say like Woody was saying it's supposed to be removed.
Yeah,
because because obviously they don't know they apprehended the train. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, it's a huge fucking barricade, and they got all the guns there, and they're just shooting. But it's like they're shooting a bulletproof train though, as well, because like the whole train is bulletproof, so it can't be like robbed or like anything.
It's like an armored truck.
Never got hit with the bullets. I never thought of that. I was thinking it should be, pelleted.
Yeah, so them firing like it wasn't doing anything. Like at all, because it's like an indestructible like money train.
You're a genius, buddy.
Hey, I mean, that's why they didn't get like imagine if Like they didn't get shot. Like they don't have anything
Hollywood,
protecting them. They just fucking like curled into balls, just like right in front of the little like driver little section or whatever, knowing that they were gonna have a crazy fucking impact. Like going through this barricade.
I wonder what they call that in the train. Is that a cockpit still?
It probably is.
Yeah, it's called a cockpit, and the flight deck cockpit jump seat. I've flown in them many times. Because remember, I worked for the airline for 12 years.
Oh yeah, you took many a flight.
I had
questions. Let me know. I'm taking on all questions right now.
Hey, I got a theory. It's not so much a question, but I have a theory that when you're flying around all the time like that, you don't age.
No, I think. Oh yeah, you don't age because the time goes by slower. But the thing is, you do age.
You're jumping through time zones, and it's like, are we affected in the same manner as when we're attached to the Earth?
I think you're. You know what? I think you're actually. That's a good question. I think you're actually more affected. Why? Because you're bombarded with more radiation up there. And not only that, you got to go through those detectors all the time for the airport.
Oh yeah,
security. So you're doing that, and then you're up in the sky. Then the time zone. You got like three whammy.
Totally just destroyed my theory.
Up high, you get the metal detectors, and then you got the time zone, so you can't sleep properly.
So, Bogey, are you saying that Hulk Hogan did get 400 days in a year versus 365?
He lived it. He didn't age an entire year that year. He stayed the same age that year.
Going so much from
brother
and to America. Yeah, it's like time did not even exist.
I went back and forth so many times, brother, that I had an extra couple days. Joe was like, he didn't want to be mean. He's like, yeah, we'll just let it.
It's like, man, I couldn't even imagine. It's like, man, I couldn't even imagine the amount of CTE that Hogan's got right now. He said 400 days in a year.
You know what I hated about that Hogan interview is that he would not admit to like doing drugs, and then like he would just gloss over it, like, hey, when I got my surgery, those opioids, man, they're no joke, brother.
Yeah,
he's out about. He's like, why everyone was partying? I did the booze.
He's trying to stay in the good graces.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
He's trying to stay in the good graces of some potential sponsors.
He's a liar. Have you told him? You call him a liar.
Oh, you didn't know Hulk Hogan's he's famous for his lies, like elder statesman Hogan. He they have podcasts where he's telling like Muhammad Ali stories, like it's his. Because it's a story that Muhammad Ali told him before.
Working the gimmick, brother.
He's telling a full-on Muhammad Ali story, but like it's him and shit. And he just somewhere along the way started telling that story like it was his.
Really? So funny. Is he just delusional, or he's just a liar?
I don't know. He's just a liar, bro. Like when he recounts a lot of his career and shit, he always tells the stories different from all the. Because he was on top for a long. He was over, as they would say in the industry. So he crushed a lot of people like ants, like figuratively and literally. You know what I mean? He worked stiff. You know what I mean? He's not a good guy.
A lot of people
everybody hated Hulk Hogan, but but a lot of people kissed Hogan's ass because of who he was. Hogan, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they wanted to get over somehow in the business, brother.
All right, here we go. So now they got through the barricade, and now it doesn't seem like they're home free, but now they're already thinking about getting out of this, scot free, and Woody Harrelson's going back for the money, and Wesley goes to stop him. And I got that scene here pulled up. Let's check it out.
Yeah, they juiced it up in post.
This is what I was. So we didn't have any scenes before, but listen to the punches, Nelson, because it's been exaggerated. Gets real heartfelt right there, and man, and then. Just right out of the blue, they just run into the other train. Like that shit's wild. You kind of forget that they're on the same train as another, same track as another train, because they're fighting and everything. We forget about it. But there was one guy in there who's like, the money train, what if they can't slow down? People will be killed. And it's like the only guy who's speaking sensible, and the captain of police or whatever, the commissioner, whatever the fuck he is, doesn't even care. Remember when the kid died in the beginning? It was like Scrooge.
They just
You can't buy this type of publicity.
it's like, and I remember thinking to myself, I was like,
kid
oh
died.
wow, police just shooting the fuck out of someone. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, out of a minority, no less.
You know what I mean? Wow, that's new.
Where's the kid die in the beginning?
No,
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic, obviously, but I'm just saying, like,
No, Alex, not you.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's the transit police. They killed the Puerto Rican dude.
Oh, right.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beginning.
He was running.
they lit his ass up too.
Yeah, they told him to freeze. I mean, the guy, he
He's
wasn't even
running
looking
away.
for those security guards. And, he's running away from Wesley and Woody. And yeah, they lit him up.
Yeah, I remember now.
And that's what that asshole said. He was like, you know what? Everybody is going to hear about this. Nobody is going to fuck with my money train. You cannot buy that type of publicity. Tino said, of course, the Puerto Rican dies first. It's a New York movie, man. It's a New York movie. Sometimes Puerto Ricans get the short end of the stick.
I mean, we got to give respect to the background artists.
He wasn't a background artist. Those two Puerto Rican cats were not. They had to be.
He's coming up in the world.
They were lowest on the call sheet, but they were still on the call sheet where they weren't the background.
I'm shot up Puerto Rican 1 on the call sheet.
The other one is cuffed Puerto Rican.
Yeah, cuffed Puerto Rican 2.
And so these guys, they have no idea what they're gonna do. Like the train's going too fast. They already bled the brakes. They can't slow down, even if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And so they come up with the idea
Throw that bitch in reverse.
Yeah, and getting the huge ass, I don't know, just piece of steel. I mean, just from inside the.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, I guess adrenaline, because I'm like, no way he just tore down one of those poles.
Well, I mean, it was already a little bit fucked up after they went through the barricades and it got shot up and all that. So I mean, I guess like that would be the reason why it's so easy. But
yeah, or maybe he's on PCP. I don't know.
Could have been.
No, he's on a wet.
Man, I mean, they're on one. They're doing a heist right now on New Year's Eve. Like they're on one.
Yeah, they are for sure.
And I got this scene for us here. And Tino said, "Where's Miles Morales when you need him?" They're right in the New York subway.
He wasn't born yet, bro.
Not yet, right? This is 1995. Yeah, I feel like he was born after that. But yeah, so here we go. This is their clever idea to throw it in reverse, and it is a spectacular wreck. I'm curious what Nelson's thoughts are about this.
Real quick, too. Where did I miss that? How did he become a pro on all the train shit, all the trainisms?
Well,
he did all observations.
I mean, I guess he was doing his research hella tough.
And the only thing they really did was like the little lever. They just pushed it from like in the up position to and cranked it forward, and that was it. Like they literally did nothing else besides that. I'm sure there's more to operating the train.
And look, he thinks quick. He kind of realizes his bro's a little genius right here too. He's like, oh shit, that's kind of smart.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, the only way that he caught up with them was because he had the fucking motorcycle. Like that's the only reason that he even caught up with them.
And he's one of the baddest motherfuckers.
He turned into
what
a
did he do?
But that was,
man. You know what? But that was his motorcycle. You just left it there.
I don't know. I mean,
those guys were running there. They would have seen it.
I don't know.
Yeah, just continuity.
What about that? Why'd you have to point that out?
Yeah,
that motherfucker. I'm already talking to everybody talking about. All right, we got a class action going here. Woo! So we're allowing to get paid.
What do you think that was, Nelson? The way that
gone.
So what do you think how do you think they did that last part, Nelson? Is that really a subway car flipping over? Is that all on computer? I mean, it's 95. Like
that was probably a model.
Okay, a model. Okay.
But here's the thing, models back in the day, you can tell they were models. That one looked like that was hard to tell.
Right.
I mean, I mean, it might help see the
Or
budget.
computer generated, right?
Look up the budget on the movie because a lot of times, like that's
68 million.
See that? Where do you think it costs 68 million to make a movie like this where they're just basically in the subway all the time? Is that they probably to build the train and you know what I mean? And fucking you got like 1 or 2 shots of this. You know what I mean? They probably really wrecked the train. Might want to look that up. I'm curious to see because that shit's legit to me. I'm like, don't tell me that's a model. And it wasn't no CG shit.
Maybe to find that on the IMDb.
Even
like how much,
I mean, okay, you had CG in 95, but then that looked hella good. That's not CG, bro. That's not 95 CG.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like okay, by 98, they're already doing all crazy shit like that, like in the Matrix. You know what I mean? Blowing up whole fucking helicopters and buildings, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that was all CG, but still though, like Tarantino, if he's gonna blow up a car, he's gonna blow up a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and then you nowadays you might touch it up with some CG, but you know what I mean? And you know what too? Maybe even the budget being that much, if it was CG, that it would be a grip like that back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remember, what's his name? James Cameron. He said, like, you know what I mean? The reason why it took that long to make the first avatars because they had to like develop this fucking technology for it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, this motherfucker was like $1 billion and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was that real? Was it like $1 billion?
So I'm reading up on this and it says how Money Train ended up as one of the biggest movie sets of all time.
See, there you go. They had to build a whole fucking set, build a whole fucking underground or a whole fucking subway looking thing so they could fucking wreck shop.
Yeah. Because most of this actually took place in LA.
And shit. Looked like New York to me.
Well, I mean,
in New York,
the exterior shots are in New York. Yeah. That's why I was asking Nelson during these parts because it seemed like there was a lot of walk and talks. And I asked if that was on purpose just to like really showcase New York. And he said, yeah,
I'd say
because it only makes sense.
Let's roll some good.
But yeah, so I mean it's a whole bunch of information here, but yeah, I'm looking to see. They really did flip it, but
you ever remember The Dark Knight? There's this scene where they put the wire and they flip the whole truck. Right? Remember, they have a truck and they think they think that they're transferring Batman in this truck. So the Joker and the goons are trying to like destroy this truck, right? So then they put like cables from one side of the street to the next. So when the truck comes, it flips the fucking entire truck. So like to do that, I remember to do that shit, they were like, okay, we got one, maybe 2 shots of this because they had 2 trucks, right? And they're fixed with like this hydraulic that just shoots up the back. So like, because the actual cable wasn't flipping the fucking shit, you know what I mean? But right on cue, that shit motherfucker just, and you know what I mean? Throws that shit over forwards, you know what I mean? And then you had a stunt man, he's driving that shit. I was like, oh, that's pretty tight. And then of course they touch it up with CG, make it look real good.
Yeah. Yeah. So these guys, I mean, they just play everything so cool. You know, it's like they heist the money train. I mean, but they leave the money, so everything's there and accounted for. And, they just walk up to Patterson like, hey, we heard everything on the scanner. He's wanted to show up and just, see if we could help.
Oh, that's right. Because it was on the scanner. Because even J-Lo, she just darts over there. And remember, she's in the whip.
Yeah, but she is still
had no clue.
She is still a cop, though. Like
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's not a lie. Like when it was over the scanner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So they can just kind of play it off, like, oh, well, hey,
yeah,
you guys aren't even cops no more.
Yeah, that's the first thing you said. You guys ain't even cops no more. And yeah, then of course, like Patterson, he always just wants to call it, man, he hates Woody Harrelson. Wants to call him a fuck up, and then he spits in Wesley Snipes' face. And that's the one, like, no, you're not gonna hit him because I'm gonna hit him. No, you're not gonna hit him. All right, let's both hit him. And boom.
And nobody wanna. He was like, arrest these motherfuckers. Assault. Like, bro, you know, spitting on someone is assault.
It is now. It wasn't in 95.
Yeah, I'm just saying though. And that's like,
Yeah,
man,
I knew that.
I would say that's a
big offense.
That's a hate crime. He's spitting because he's white, spitting in a black dude's face.
In 95, it was not a crime. That's what's crazy. That's why we see it in movies and stuff. We don't really see it in movies now.
I mean, shit, Bret Hart spit right in Vince McMahon's face, huh? It was the 90s, bro.
Yeah, you can get away with it.
Shoot. That was a shoot loogie right there.
Oh, man.
You think it's a work loogie, don't you? Do you think that loogie was a work?
Oh, yeah. Had to be.
Nah, man. No.
And, yeah, and so right after he's yelling, arrest him, and then J-Lo comes up, puts the cuff on him, throws him up against the wall. You're arrested for putting everybody, in danger and all this and that. And like, I thought he was the one who ran the show, so like, I don't know how he could be arrested, but like his whole position did not make sense to me.
Yeah, what is he? He's like a head of the police, but he's like specifically just oversees this money train transfers.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
He's like obsessed with it, and then like
he's treating that money train like he owns that shit.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. Just like his catchphrases. that guy makes me laugh though. All this, how fuck you did.
I like that line.
What an asshole. And so they get out of there, and then they're up. So I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming this part was in New York. I don't remember like what landmark like they were by necessarily, but they were showing, just being right around Times Square and all that, and just the billions of people, it seems like, that are there, just like shoulder to shoulder.
It's they're in Times
New Year's
Square.
Eve. Yeah, it's New Year's Eve. And I couldn't even imagine being there on New Year's Eve. So many goddamn people. And I don't know why when they're getting excited, Wesley just like kind of slaps him on the chest a little bit. And he's like, yeah. And he just keeps hitting him. He's like, what is that? And he's like, oh, no, nothing. And he's like, what? Do we gain some weight or something? And then opens it up, and it's the 500,000 500,000 bag.
Let's go.
And yeah, there you go, Charlie the winner.
You know what's crazy is like there's a couple things that you just I mean that they don't that I would nitpick, like the original driver of the train. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be like, yeah, motherfucker kicked me out, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, he had a mask on and everything.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, like it was a robbery, not like how they think it's just this guy endangering foods by speeding this train nonstop. You know what I mean?
No, they knew it was robbery. He was ready to kill. He was ready to kill whoever was in there.
He threw him up and rolled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolled out. Didn't he roll out?
Yeah.
He's an old guy. And then the other guy was a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
That guy did a lot of movies after.
The older black gentleman?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You've seen him around in other movies.
Yeah, he has one of them faces for sure. I can't put my thumb on it though, or my finger on it.
He did one with Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt or something.
But yeah,
I think he played the guy, or he played the guy where it's like he's like a supporting character. The friend discovers like the main actor. Oh, I found I searched out the house. He's not there. He's like the third character type of plays the third characters. What movie was he in? It's at the tip of my tongue. But it was a big movie. He did a couple big ones like that because I recognize him from two big movies, but he was kind of played like an obscure character.
Huh.
But you don't see a lot of chubby black guys, other than Anderson was he's kind of roundish. There's Anthony Anderson, a couple guys, but a couple guys they do kind of. It's almost like they do cameos.
Hey, you ain't lying. I'm over here trying to think like, okay, I guess there's Big Worm.
I look him up.
He's the
Big Worm.
What's his name? He's from San Diego.
He's on Love.
He's on Love, right?
He's on Love, yeah.
Who else do we got? And you usually got fools playing fat dudes like Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and on the fat suit.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I never thought of that. I mean, he's not like you see Bruce.
Well,
Bruce
a big one who's a big supporting actor, but he's not. I don't think he's fabulous. Ving Rhames.
Oh, Vin Rames. Yeah, I mean,
he
he got the sausage neck, but he's like more of like a he's like a
more
yoke.
muscular, I think, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he does. But he's kind of more known.
Definitely got the pack of hot dogs in the back of his neck though, because it's like the signature with the Band-Aid on the back of his head with him and Bruce Willis playing the Marvin. Is it Marvin or is it Al Green playing the Al Green in the background?
Yeah.
Somebody, right? He's just, I'm gonna need you to do a job. What did he tell him?
Talking about pride.
Yeah, so this is my pride.
You're gonna feel the sting.
Such a good scene.
Yeah.
And that 360 shit too. That was like the first time I've ever seen that in a movie. You're just kind of doing the 360 turn around the two people that are just sitting at the table. You know what I mean? But they never show his face initially, right? Vin Rames. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they don't show him for a while. You just see the Band-Aid.
Yeah. They kind of do the claw from Inspector Gadget for a minute there.
Yeah.
Leave a shroud in mystery.
That's a good call. And this movie just ends pretty abruptly, you know, like they get the money and it's gone. Wesley Snipes telling them to shut up about everything that's going on. And and then the credits start rolling and we get a song.
It would have been cool if like they had like a little scene of them like in Tahiti or something and he has like a bar or something.
I mean, Woody's definitely going there. I don't know if Wesley's going to leave J-Lo, but
nah.
All right, well, let's get down to ratings.
Well, his name was Bill Nunn. His name was Bill Nunn.
Okay.
Does that ring a bell?
No.
I'm glad you figured it out though, because like I know how it is when it's like, look, what is it?
I think it was he passed away, but I think he was in wasn't he in Do the Right Thing, maybe?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't seen Do the Right Thing in like since like high school when someone's like, you never seen it?
No, he wasn't Do the Right Thing.
Actually, I might have been older than high school.
Yeah, he's
out of high school already. First time.
Yeah, he wasn't Do the Right Thing, man.
Radio Raheem.
Oh shit, bro. He was Radio Raheem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny because that was Raheem Moster's nickname.
That's what I thought I recognized him. I knew it.
And he was the stuttering motherfucker from New Jack City.
Okay.
Yes, so he was in a lot of big films.
Certified genius, man.
Oh shit. Hey, dude,
no, Peacock, not Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker kind of got the eye, huh?
Yep. Don't let him hit you with that eye. Totally different type of stink eye from Forrest Whitaker, that's for sure. All right. All right. So here we go. Down to ratings on these movies here. So the way that we rate them is you would buy the movie or you would own it, and that is like you love the movie. If it's a 5-day rental, that means you really, really like it. 2-day rental, it's all right. Same day rental, that's a big like 2 thumbs down. The movie was super whack. Get it out of my possession.
Let me get out of here.
Go ahead, Bogey. Where do you rate this?
All right. I just wanted to get mine out the way because I started to realize I always end up owning every movie, bro. Because like even the one, like even I hadn't seen this one till we did this shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, this is dope. I would put it right next to my White Man Can't Jump. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've done some good movies lately. We really have. What about you, Nelson? Where would you put this on the rating scale?
I put it on the second one down from the first.
5-day.
Okay.
5 day.
Oh, no.
5 day. Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
I like the lines. I like the Patterson's character was great.
You know, the audio.
The writing. I think the writing was pretty good.
As far as the audio kind of started annoying me. It's like a little much for the punches. I'm gonna go down to 5-day. Actually, let me get critical on something for once.
You changed your star rating, man?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I gotta start. I just realized, you know what? I'm gonna own it. In 2024, I get more critical. There you go.
Peacock says a 5-day rental for him.
There we go. For me, this one's a own for me. And man, this one I don't know if it was me just seeing it a bunch of times when I was younger, but yeah, just the chemistry between those two. Yeah, just this and White Men Can't Jump. I mean, just real classic.
I like how it seemed like they're bickering brothers.
Yeah, for sure.
Like for real though. Like I mean, you kind of have like the best friend aspect of it too. But it's more. But then it's the brother looking after his little adopted white bro. You know what I mean? Just like fuck, I always gotta get you out of some shit.
Crispy said
it's buying it.
Crispy said it's a buy for him. It's a good movie.
How many names does Crispy have? Does he have like 4 handles or something?
You probably just see him on different. He's on each platform. He's on different platforms as different things, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
because I don't think I've seen this one before.
Well, you got to change your name constantly when you're dipping out on all kind of children like us.
Yeah, he's got to avoid the child
track
support.
Him down. Child support.
Evading the child support.
Right.
Yeah, David, if that's your real name.
Daddy wasn't there.
Tino said the only good Wesley Snipes movie is Blade. I gotta disagree. He's dope in New Jack City as fucking Nino Brown.
And my brother's keeper.
And Bogey brought up U.S. Marshals earlier. That was really dope.
That one was really good.
Yeah.
I was just saying, that's what is he flying? He's flying the chopper, right?
Well,
that's a different one.
Well, he was very adamant about doing his own stunts in that movie.
He climbs on the top of a train from a chopper with a ladder, right?
Oh, that's
which one's
that? Demolition Man.
I remember him jumping onto the train.
No, it's not Demolition Man.
They're coming out with a sequel to Demolition Man.
For real? What did they do? They just froze him some more?
I have no idea. They're
making
more off the wall. That's what
they're making clones this time.
More and more off the wall.
Ooh, you think they bring back Sandra Bullock? I wonder if she's hot old.
Yeah.
I always thought she was hot.
She was
all right. So as of
the big volume in her hair.
So as of right now, the movie that we're gonna do next is Two for the Money, unless we get something else coming down the pipeline. But Nelson will let us know about that. Two for the Money, though. Two for the Money, though. That is Matthew McConaughey and Al Pacino. Anyone who's into sports gambling will appreciate this movie. This movie it's classics, like 2006, straight 2006 movie, not a timepiece. And Al Pacino has a sports advice business. Yeah, sports betting advice business. And Matthew McConaughey is one of the lead dogs. This is a good one.
Nice.
And Peacock said, so it's for the degenerates. Oh, yeah, the degenerates will really love this one because they dive pretty deep into the sports betting and, on both sides of it, the people giving advice, the people taking the advice, and a lot of ups and downs, just like there is in the gambling world. And Tina said it's a true story too. I don't know about that.
It's gotta be.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So
it's a game of inches.
So that's what we're doing as of next week. This was the last episode of season 2. So the way I'm considering our seasons is just from year to year. So this is the last episode of season 2 for us here.
A great season.
Yeah, yes, go back.
Yes, give it a hand.
Yeah. You gotta go back and listen to all the old pods. What is this? I think this is episode 49. And yeah, we've had a lot of good episodes along the way. There may be a time where we start doing some shitty movies, like maybe should we maybe we'll make an emphasis
like Will Ferrell movies, you mean?
Well, no, I was saying no.
The movies are shitty. I mean,
not that bad. No, just kidding. But like Hackers, for example. Like you remember that movie, Nelson?
Yeah, didn't we review it?
No.
Oh, I watched it the other day. I watched it like 6 months ago.
Nice. Yeah, but see, like ones like that they're not necessarily that good, but
like The Net.
Oh man,
Sandra Bullock, The Net.
See, I can't even remember that one.
Ooh, how about Mercury Rising? Bruce Willis.
I know the title. Who's in that?
Bruce Willis and what's the bitch from with Sarah Jessica Parker? She has the square face, like the rectangle face.
How is Blake? What rectangle face?
Yeah. Look at her. Her face is
Who's
shaped
this?
like a rectangle.
And Peacock said Blade's based on a true story. Okay, yeah,
It
I mean,
is.
he's a vampire hunter for sure.
I mean, shit.
And Peacock said, "Nah, Mercury Rising sucked, bro." Well, that was kind of
he said bad movies.
that's what we were like coming up with, like having the and see.
No, but Blade,
There's lots of dope
Blade's
movies
not
like
Blade's
Unbreakable.
fantasy. How could
Ooh.
Blade be based on a true story as a vampire? Vampires aren't
Nah,
real.
bro, vampires are real. Now listen, they're just glitches.
Well, who's
in
this
the Matrix.
rectangle face actor? Who's this?
Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and
Oh,
the
her,
City.
yeah, she does have that. She does
See?
get the chin and stuff.
Yeah, she's like she cut you. You know,
Well, she looks like a crescent
cut you with
moon.
a sharp edge of her jawline.
Ooh, the Blair Witch Project.
Now, hey, look, you know what's a dope Bruce Willis one? Low key, and with Sam Jackson, the Unbreakable. That was actually probably the only.
I didn't get that movie. That was that was deep.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that movie was dope.
There's a lot going on. They're like,
Was that M. Night Shyamalan too?
Yeah, and I mean, you know, he's supposedly he's a guy who like would just steal a lot of people's like a lot of screenwriters like scripts and shit. You know what I mean? And just like rewrite them and shit. But whoever he stole that one from was awesome.
Unbreakable. Yeah, that was supposed to be, I think, one of Bruce Willis's best performances or something.
It's like a circa superhero movie, like, you know, before like the big blow up of superhero movies. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, he was just like you know what I mean? He like gets in a train wreck or something, right? As a kid. And like he's the only one who survives or some shit like that. Then he's like a college like quarterback and he's like hella good, but then like and he gets in a car accident with like his girlfriend or something. And I think like she dies or she gets hurt bad, but he fakes like a shoulder injury because he doesn't want to like play football no more. But like, cause you know, he's not hurt. You know what I mean? So he just keeps it a secret. And then like ends up getting married, has a kid, and the kid like figures his dad out. So like at one point pulls a gun on him. He's like, I'm telling you, I'll shoot you and you're gonna be okay. He's like, son, put that gun down. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what? I don't think I ever saw it from the beginning. I always like tuned into
and
it.
then like Sam Jackson, he like
good
he's
movie.
like
he
like
knew about him, right?
Killer.
Called him out.
Like he like blows up a building and kills hella people, right? And he's like, but he like got away with it. And he's just like this cynical old man who's like super fragile. Like you call him Mr. Glass, you know what I mean? Because he's just you know, he just gets fucked up easily. His bones are made of glass type of shit. So it's like they're like polar opposites, you know what I mean? Same line, opposite ends.
Oh,
and like
you guys are gonna have to do that movie after Two for the Money just to blow Nellie's mind.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
dope.
don't mind watching it again to really watch it from beginning to end. Like Jackson knew about him, right? He knew why he's like,
he was like drawn.
why did you ever get hurt?
Yeah,
like,
he's like drawn to him or something.
That he had powers, right? He knew.
Yeah, like it just dawned on him. He was like,
Bogey. I'm asking you a question, but
he had powers. Yeah. Like
no, but you're talking.
He could drown though. He could drown though.
He could drown. The question. He's like, that I missed his answer.
Oh my!
Was this? No, what I was saying is that did Samuel Jackson's character know that there's something about
I don't know. That's why I'm actually eager to rewatch it now because I can't remember specifically. Like, he was like drawn to him or something. Like he figured it out. You know? He was like, you know, like he like showed up to his joint. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right. That's right. He showed up to his joint. It was raining. I remember that.
It's you or some shit. I forget how he like knew it though. Like, you know what I mean? And he was just like tripped out. Like, how the fuck, you know? Because you know this is like his secret. And then like, but he also would like have these inklings, like a spidey sense to find like fucking just. He was like a vigilante. Like he's just walking through the city and like. He just has this feeling, this guy, you know what I mean? And then like he just follows this guy, and this guy's like a fucking, he like kidnaps and rapes women, and like he beats the shit out of this guy and kills this guy, you know what I mean? Like he's like, out there fighting crime, but he doesn't know like why he has like this sixth sense type of shit, you know what I mean? And it's a trippy movie. No, he could drown. He could drown apparently though. That was like his weakness.
Bruce Willis's character had the sixth sense.
Yeah, like he had like this like kind of like he's just walking around the city, has his little hoodie on. That was kind of like his superhero outfit. You know what I mean? He's just like kind of on the low and with his hoodie, walking around the city, like going on the subway and whatnot, and just this dude fucking he's just drawn to this dude, and this dude just happens to be this fucking creep who has like women shacked up, and he's raping and hurting, killing him. I'm assuming, you know what I mean? But then he just follows this guy to his house, you know what I mean? And then fucks him up, you know what I mean?
I don't think it's connected to the movie 23 Peacock. There is like some kind of sequel about it.
There was a sequel to Unbreakable. It was and they have a whole universe for it because there's like the movie Split. You ever seen that movie Split? Yeah, it's hella random. Yeah, so the movie Split. Fucking,
is that a serial killer?
Yeah, he's like a schizophrenic, but then like
he's a strange
other personalities. Like he like morphs into them too. Like it's
he
like
kidnaps two girls.
Yeah, so that character is supposed to be, because then at the end of that movie they show a movie credit scene, like an end movie scene credit, and it's Bruce Willis's character. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And they're like, oh shit, they're gonna do it. Like, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think they ever. And then Bruce Willis did have like the stroke and whatnot, and he's doing bad right now. So yeah, of course. I'm closing up the show right now. It's gonna smell like smoke and shit.
Yeah. So Unbreakable. That'll be one of the next ones that we do as well after Two for the Money. And we're gonna get out of here though. Make sure you go subscribe to the audio version of the podcast, Silver Screen Breakdowns. Make sure you go subscribe on Twitch, on YouTube. And one thing that we're doing for 2024 is we are looking for sponsors of the show. And the sponsors of the show, they're gonna get to vote on the movies that we do, and you're gonna get shouted out at the end of all the shows. You go join the crew at Patreon. It's the ssbcrew.com. That's the website, and it's the Silver Screen Breakdowns Patreon.
Come on, guys, be a part of the show.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nelson. Remind them where to find you at.
Yeah, Nelson Tynes. Wow, I'm tired tonight. Nelson Tynes. You can find me on I almost said Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter. On Instagram, I have a page there, Nelson Tynes _ Then also here on YouTube, I have my demo reel, a bunch of montages and clips and stuff of my acting that I did before. Got a film coming up called Tales California, who we'll be having as the producer, the lead actress on as a guest sometime coming up.
Nice.
Early next year. I know you watched the film already, Bo.
Yep. Yeah, send me the link again because I want to watch it again because I know we're gonna throw that on the docket, right? Then later we're gonna review that.
Was it a temporary file?
You know what? I never erased our text thread, so it's still there for sure. I got iPhone, so it'll be there. Yeah.
Then so I'm starring in that with her. Then you're gonna meet her. She's cool. She's winning awards right now for a film that's out right now.
Yeah.
She's getting a bunch of things together for near the end of the
I saw a sneak peek of that one.
So she's like current and she's doing well. So Tales is going to come out probably later on this year. That's all on the imdb.com. You can check that out. On there. So and then so I have coming up with that. And then I did Paid in Full is one of the movies you can watch me and rent that. You'll see me in that from years ago, 2 decades ago.
Classic.
And then what else? That's it for now, right, guys? I think I covered everything.
Yeah, and just be on the lookout for all new music, man. We're hitting 2024 real tough with it. Hit them right upside the head. You know what I mean? And before I bid y'all adieu, pleasure doing season 2. Awesome season. Shout out to our man Miles Peacock out there too. Yeah, you know what I mean? Looking forward to what 2024 has in store for us. It only gets better.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna talk to you again. Sorry, you want to go ahead, Alex?
No. Ready to...
I gotta talk to you again about like copyright. I was telling Alex before you came on. I'm getting close to copyright. I got some finished songs, man.
Yeah, all you gotta do is
BMI. What do you think of BMI?
BMI's cool. That's where I actually have my name published originally.
Okay, can you talk to someone physically, or is it all the computer? Like all this?
I mean, I just did it online. You know what I mean, you can call. You know what I mean, but they got. I remember I used to call the office all the time because like I would add different variations to my name. You know what I mean? Like over the years, like first I was like Chiefs or Bogard, then I was like then I was Bogard, and then I was like, ooh, and I was Bogard Scott Free, and then you know what I mean? So I just keep adding in case I ever, then now a distro. See, I'm actually gonna point you in the direction of DistroKid. That's way better. It's faster. I mean, it's the same thing. And like it's just the accessibility and it has an app. It's just it's just the new age shit. digital publishing. Same thing. And it's way faster. Going through BMI and all this shit, it takes fucking forever.
Like what, months or weeks? Weeks?
Like months.
Just
That
to get a
shit's
song?
annoying. Yeah. Like just to get a song cleared. Like, you know what I mean? Even though it's, your shit's original. So it'll probably be faster than normal. But yeah, that shit's annoying. So like, but my experience with DistroKid in the past like 7-8 years, that shit is just, you can set a date when you want it to release. You know what I mean?
And it's equally as legit as BMI.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah, we'll talk more about it. I just wanted
it's called distrokid.com. Just look it up, peep it. You know what I mean?
And distro?
Yeah, and then like so you just pay for a year and it's unlimited, bro. It's fucking awesome. Then every year I'll just put it on a card so it just renews itself. So you never, you know what I mean? Because then it puts you on all the streaming platforms, everything. Put you on YouTube right immediately, all the shit.
Spotify and stuff?
All of it.
Yeah, are you talking videos or audio?
All of it. Audio. If you want to put your video on there too, you can do that. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll talk to you more about it. I mean,
yeah,
I just want to briefly.
Show, man. Happy New Year, my good brothers.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. Everyone following the Silver Screen breakdowns. We'll see you in 2024. Everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, everybody be safe.
Hell yeah. Everyone's rocking with us.
Have some fun.
Yeah,
you hanging out with Noble and the lady, Alex?
I'm staying inside. Yeah, I'm staying indoors on New
Year. I'm staying inside as well. I mean, someone might drag me out, but I don't really want to go out.
Hey,
yeah. And everyone is rocking with us for football. We'll see you tomorrow. We got a big time game tomorrow.
Peace
out.
Peace.
Picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.